So if you want to take out that gun and badge, I'm happy to scrap with you one day. You want to do it, let's do it. Let me know, buddy.
That is not a crime, and you're telling me to get out of my vehicle.
If you didn't know, I went to the police academy and they kicked me out.
That's my purse! I don't know you!
Spit me on my face right now! She spit in my face!
In our video today, our travels take us to Toledo, Ohio, where a frauditor insists upon filming the General Motors transmission factory. Well, let's see how that works out. Enjoy!
Sir, I'm going to ask you to stop videoing here, please. Stop videotaping the plant, please.
Fred Lasher.
Stop videotaping, please. Sir, do I have to call the police department?
It would seem that you do have to call the police department, sir, as it appears you are speaking to a deaf mute who cannot understand you.
Call Toledo Police Department, tell them we have a nuisance out here on the park or on the driveway.
No, it's on a public sidewalk.
You cannot take video of the facility.
You're gonna be a YouTube star.
That's great.
Have you ever heard of the First Amendment of the Constitution?
Yes, and what is your expression, sir?
I am expressing free speech. I'm gathering video for a possible publication. And right now you're impeding that.
You cannot video.
I can video anything.
Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, sonny boy, but that's not entirely true, as you and your potato cam will find out shortly.
You're gonna get an education today, Fred.
Okay, sir. I'm asking you nicely twice to please stop videoing the facility.
And I'm gonna respectfully decline your request. Don't you got some work to do?
Sorry, sir?
Don't you have some other work to do?
A few moments later.
These guys have told me I'm not allowed to film private property. But as you can see, I'm on a sidewalk. I'm actually at a crosswalk. Standing here on a manhole.
Well, sonny boy, is it just me? But I think it's unsafe to stand on a manhole cover. That could collapse at any time. And then you'd be in a world of, oh, I can't say that word.
5 minutes later.
No? Did you educate them? No? We got Unit 181.
Sorry?
I was wondering if you gave them a little education today. That public photography is not a crime. Did you let them know that?
Public photography is not a crime?
It's not a crime.
You are correct, but if you're on their property...
But I've never been on their property. I've been on a public sidewalk this whole time.
That's not what they're saying.
Well, I have it all on tape. Body cam and camcorder, so...
Just to set the record straight here, Junior, you can be trespassed from public spaces. Doesn't necessarily have to be a building. It could be a sidewalk as well. It all depends on how the business feels. Are you really interrupting their business? Are you trying to get company trade secrets? What are you doing there? Oh, let's find out.
Body cam.
Did you see me on their property?
Did I see you on their property?
Yes.
No, I
Okay,
didn't.
so what they're saying is hearsay, and I have my proof.
Sir?
What's that? May I ask how you pronounce your last name there?
My
Knobloch?
name is Officer Canabla.
Canabla?
This is the deal.
2330. And what's yours? You don't have a name tag? Evans?
My name tag's right there.
There it is. And what's your badge number?
2053.
Okay, cool.
Now, what's your name?
Am I being detained or am I free to go?
What's your name, sir?
You're being detained.
What am I being detained for?
Please answer this officer's question.
I don't answer questions. So, am I being detained or am I free to go?
Listen, dimwit, how many more times are you going to say, am I being detained? Yes, you are being detained. You're not in handcuffs, or you would be under arrest. That's the difference.
No, you're not free to go
Well,
here.
what am I being detained for?
Because I haven't explained to you why.
Well, I don't
I'm
need any explanations.
Sir, I'm doing my job. and
I'm
you're
doing my job as well.
Sir,
And
we
what's
have a
your job?
complaint. We're taking care of that
Okay.
complaint, and you're a part of that complaint.
What crime
You
am I being
understand that?
suspected of committing?
You were asked to leave the property.
I've
and
never
you're-
been on their
Sir,
property.
This is the deal, okay? I was called out here along with this officer because you were allegedly photographing their establishment.
I was.
And when you were asked to leave, you refused.
I've never been on their property, so they cannot ask me to leave a public sidewalk.
Until I have ascertained what exactly is going on here, you will remain here until I conclude my investigation.
Well, until then, what crime am I being
Just
suspected of committing?
because
Well, knucklehead, you could be charged with loitering. And if you're charged with loitering and disturbing the peace, then you'll be trespassed from that public sidewalk. That's how this is going to play out. Now, keep running your mouth and see what happens.
you claim to have never been on their property, does not mean
What
that
crime
you
am I being suspected of committing?
possibly trespassing.
Possibly.
Okay.
Okay, but is that for sure? Is that a for sure? Am I being unlawfully detained here? Because without a crime, I
Sir,
cannot.
again.
I am not
Again.
detained.
We
Again.
have a complaint.
Okay.
You're part of that complaint.
Okay.
So therefore, we are speaking with you about that complaint. Do you
Okay.
understand that?
I don't answer questions.
Yeah, I understand that.
Okay. I'm glad you understand that. So, what crime am I being suspected of committing?
Again.
Again. Well, I haven't heard a crime. I've heard possibly.
Criminal trespass.
That's what.
It is a crime.
That's what I'm being.
That you're being investigated for.
Okay. Well, until you figure that out, am I being detained or am I free to go?
No.
The village idiot said that he doesn't answer questions, but he certainly asks a lot of questions, doesn't he? I wonder if stuffing a sock in his mouth would help. Probably not.
No.
Well,
part of
I'd
that
suggest you guys go figure that out. Instead of I'm out here.
You are a part of that.
I'm out here doing my job.
What is your job?
I am out here gathering content for a story for possible publication.
Okay. And we are also doing our job.
Okay.
So, until we're
So
done
why don't
doing
you
that
why don't
job-
you give me an articulate, reasonable suspicion why I'm being detained?
And we've already done that.
No, you have not.
Yes, we have.
Just because it doesn't satisfy your...
I have been on a
reasoning,
public sidewalk the whole time. I suggest you go get the security camera then.
We're working on it.
Well, go get it. Why you messing with me? I haven't broken a law yet. So until then, I don't have to answer your questions.
We have not determined that.
Well, I'd go determine it. Until you
working on
determine it, then I'm unlawfully detained.
It's apparent to me that this Frauditor has not read the book How to Be a Successful Frauditor in 10 Easy Steps. Now go home, Junior, read the book, and come back later.
No.
And you guys got about 10 minutes to figure this out before I go ahead
Is that correct?
and walk away. Yes.
And then
You have not
and then you will be
established
charged-
a crime
and
that
then
I
you
have
will be charged
committed.
with obstructing.
You haven't? No.
Yes.
You have to. If I obstructed, you have to have a crime for me to
Criminal
obstruct.
trespass is the crime.
I haven't trespassed.
And we don't
Do you
want
have
it.
proof that I've
Part
trespassed?
of an
We're working-
investigation,
Well, then work
sir.
on it and then hit me back up because I'll be
Very,
walking up and down the
very
sidewalk.
non-cooperative.
You are going to stand here.
I don't need to
until
be
we have
cooperative.
determined that. Okay.
I'm minding my own business out here. I'm
Gotcha.
gathering the
I
content
can
that I
see,
need.
sir, that you like to poke sticks.
Well, no. I'd like to be left
You like to
alone.
poke sticks.
I like to be left alone.
Once we determine exactly what's going on here, you will be left alone if you have not committed a crime.
So you're gonna unlawfully detain me
It's
here.
not unlawfully being detained.
Can you please not walk up
Sir,
behind
it's a
me?
free
Pardon me, officer, but Junior here is not accustomed to living in the real world. He's been living in a bubble his entire life, and Mommy and Daddy have protected him. And now you're trying to walk up behind him and do things to him. Oh, shame on you, officer.
sidewalk. I have
You're
a right
right,
to stand
you're
either
right.
way.
You're right. Just don't walk up behind me, please. And can you take your hands out of your pockets, please?
Nope.
Please? I don't feel safe.
That's good.
I don't feel safe.
What exactly
Can you take your hands out of your pockets, please?
Sir.
No?
You can clearly see my weapon. You can clearly see my taser.
Yeah, I just don't like your hands
And
in your
my hand
pockets.
is not near
And I definitely don't like your hands in your pockets. So am I allowed to put my hands in my pockets?
We have not determined that you do not have a weapon.
Well, we don't need to determine anything. You don't even have probable cause to stop me.
Yes.
No, you do not.
We've already explained.
Can I get a supervisor? Can I get a supervisor, please?
111, this gentleman is requesting a supervisor to the scene.
We just had a call. Videotape in the front of the building.
Excuse me, Mark. When you,
Sir, let my
I'm allowed to talk. If I,
This Frauditor reminds me of someone else who can't seem to shut up. Do you know who I'm talking about?
What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. Nothing.
I need to talk.
not while she is talking to him.
When she's talking to him, I'm talking to Mark.
Sir, I've already asked that you remain quiet until this is.
I don't need to remain
Okay.
quiet.
You've already said
I'm
that
a
you don't
free
have to answer
citizen.
questions or you
You're
don't
right,
have
I
to
don't.
talk. So please exercise that right.
No.
Thank you.
I'm allowed to speak as well.
Once she is finished, you can speak.
No. Because this detainment is unlawful. You and I both know that.
No, I don't.
Yes, we do.
And how
There
do
has
I-
been no
how do I know
crime.
that?
Because there has been no crime committed.
How do I
And when
know
you
that?
showed up, I was on a public sidewalk.
Doesn't mean that you are always here.
Well, then I suggest you find out that I
That's
wasn't.
what we're working on.
Well,
right
then
now.
I'd work a little harder before you detain me. You're about 5 minutes from catching a lawsuit.
Is that right?
Yes. Unlawful
Go right ahead.
detainment.
Go right
You're
ahead.
violating my rights right now. You're impeding my free movement.
You better be careful, halfwit. You could go downtown and sit in jail for a while. Now that would really impede your freedom of movement.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Because of
I'm
an
unlawfully
investigation.
detained.
Because of an investigation.
Well, then get investigated and come
Now-
back to me when you have proof.
This
When you
is-
have evidence that I've trespassed, then go ahead. But until then, I have evidence that I didn't. And you are unlawfully detaining me. You and I both know that. And when your supervisor gets here, he'll let you know as well. Until you have proof that I have stepped on that property, you have no right to detain me.
Okay, this is
I
not-
should be able to walk up and down the sidewalk, which I pay for, and film whatever I can see.
This is how we're going to proceed.
No,
with
this isn't how we're going to proceed. Then we're going to
sir.
stand here until your supervisor gets here.
That's quite fine with me. This is how we're going to proceed. If we have determined that you were never on their property.
No, this is what I'm going to determine. If you don't let me go in 5 minutes, I'm calling my lawyer.
I have no idea how old this man-child is, but he sounds ridiculous right now, doesn't he? Oh, I'm going to do this, if you don't let me do... And you have a temper tantrum? Do you need your mommy?
Hold of you, sir.
What's that?
We're now
I
waiting
don't
for the
physically have
supervisor
a
that
hold
you
of you.
requested.
No, you have me detained, and if I walk away, I will be arrested.
Sir, you just told me I was standing here with my hands in my pockets. Is that correct?
Yep, and I
And
got
you
my one.
You requested a supervisor, is that correct?
I
While I
did.
was talking to these gentlemen?
I did.
You're waiting
So
on the
therefore, at
supervisor.
this point, we're waiting on
Oh.
the supervisor. If you don't wish to wait on the supervisor, by all means, now you can go ahead and
I'm-
walk
No,
down the
actually, I've
property.
got one more thing I need to say.
Well, I don't care what you have to say. I don't need to listen to you.
Up
So
here.
I'm being detained so you can tell me something?
Apparently, we have determined that you were not on their property.
Exactly.
Okay, now, this is what I
No,
would say.
no, I don't need any
If you
instructions.
want to-
I am free to film. and I'm
Sir!
free to- No, don't yell at me.
If you want to
No,
remain on
we
the
don't need to
sidewalk,
talk anymore.
You will keep in motion back and
Oh,
forth.
is that the law?
Otherwise, you will be arrested for loitering.
Well, there you have it, you blubbering buffoon. You'll be arrested for loitering. How does that strike you?
Oh,
You
for
understand?
loitering.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm allowed to. I have been walking up and down the sidewalk.
Great.
And I can stop to take my
Are you done with
pictures.
him now?
And I can keep on moving. And you are not. And if you arrest me for loitering, then we really will have a big lawsuit.
Well, we will determine that at the
Okay,
time.
you guys are dismissed. Go ahead. See ya. Have a good day.
Do you not? You
No,
no
you're
longer,
dismissed.
Sir, you can go ahead and poke your sticks
You're
down the
dismissed.
sidewalk, please.
You no longer
You
want the
can go ahead and
supervisor?
go.
No, I'll wait for him.
All right. Well,
Okay, then we're gonna
we're
wait
all
with
gonna
you.
No,
with him.
we'll wait right here. Okay. Because
Fine by me.
do we not know why? Do you know why we detain people?
And we've already told you.
No. Do you
3
know
times
why?
now
Do you know why you have the
are
right?
allowed to go ahead and go.
Do you know when it's right to detain somebody? When you have a reasonable
Sir, you do not
Articulate
wish to speak with me. You do not wish to speak
suspicion
with me. You wish to
of a
speak with
crime.
A super.
Well, hey, Mr. YouTube attorney, they did have a reasonable suspicion to stop and see what you were doing. There was a complaint. They're investigating. Can you shut your mouth for 5 minutes? I doubt it.
Supervisor, so therefore I'm going to stop
Okay.
this conversation.
No, well, you don't have to talk back, but I can talk all I want. I like to poke my stick. You guys came and approached me. I didn't approach you.
Because we received a call.
I don't care what
that
you
we were
received.
investigating,
Well,
which is our-
did you have
which is our
evidence that I
reasonable-
committed a crime?
Which is our reasonable
Did you have evidence that I committed a crime?
Jesus,
based on the
Jesus
call
trying
that
to
we
put-
received.
Well, that wasn't evidence. Then I suggested you should have went and talked to them and asked them first before you came over and detained me unlawfully. I know it hurts your feelings, but you're not the boss of me. I am the boss of you two.
An attempt to be the bigger person.
Oh, is that what it is? Well, you can call me boss.
Oh, most certainly. Just call him boss and then slap him across his mouth.
You two are dismissed. You don't have to
We've
sit
already
here.
covered that. We're going to remain here
Well-
until the sergeant gets here.
I've already covered it too. I can sit here and wait for the sergeant without you.
But that's not how it works, sir.
Oh, it's not?
You requested a sergeant,
Oh,
and we will
okay.
remain here
Well,
until that
then
sergeant
we'll
gets
remain right here.
Until you say otherwise. If you
We'll wait
wish
right
to
here.
cancel that sergeant, then we
No,
will
we're gonna
cancel
wait
and
right
we can
here.
all be on our way.
We're gonna wait right here so we all get an education today.
Very well.
By the way, you guys are live streaming right now. You guys are probably gonna be awesome YouTube stars. You know, females always get riled up. Miss Knobble, whatever your name is. You know, you got real riled up. You don't like it when people talk back to you. When you have no lawful reason to stop me and detain me. That's my biggest issue. You had no lawful right to do that. You don't even care. You can care less.
You got that right, halfwit. She doesn't care that you're a highly trained, sophisticated YouTube journalist and you're gathering content for your story. She doesn't care about any of that. And quite frankly, neither does anyone else.
You should have pulled in here, asked them, was he on your property? Once they said no, you should have said, well, public photography is not a crime. He is free to do so. And then, on top of all this, then you want to threaten me with a loitering charge? Get out of here with that.
I never
That's
threatened.
ridiculous.
I explained the law.
That's
to you,
ridiculous.
okay? If you remain in one spot on the sidewalk, you can be charged with loitering.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Well,
So,
we'll determine that in court. I don't know if you know this ain't my first rodeo. Is that the supervisor?
yes, sir, it is.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Hello. Real quick, name, badge number? Tosca?
Yep.
And what was the badge number? 2385. May I ask you not to walk behind me?
This snowflake has serious issues with people standing behind him. I don't think she's worried about you. She's worried about her safety. Now let's get on with it.
Okay, well, I don't want that pointed in my face. Okay?
Well, I'm sorry.
Okay, well, I'm
Well,
sorry.
here, I'll set it right here. Okay.
Okay. What on?
Regardless of so, you can record it. Well, she decided to detain me. Okay.
Okay.
All I was doing was getting some video footage for a possible publication.
Publication, you said?
Yep.
For what?
I don't know. But besides that,
You just did, though. That's
whatever.
okay.
The security guard asked. He said, "You cannot film private property."
Okay.
I said, "Sir, I'm on a public sidewalk. I can film anything that I see from a public sidewalk.
You can't hang out here all day on public
I
sidewalk.
can walk up and
You
down."
can walk up and down.
And which I was doing.
Okay.
I was doing.
Okay.
I was going up and down. I got pictures of the flags. You know, I just wanted to get the
Beautiful.
vehicles coming in and out. It was a big plane.
Okay.
This is GM.
Yeah.
And it couldn't be.
Right.
I wanted more story.
Okay.
Look, misfit of society, that's not entirely true. You weren't on the sidewalk the entire time. You were on the grass right by the fence and had your camera sticking over the fence at one point. We all saw the video. Stop lying to the police officer.
You're a writer?
I don't know. She came up, she detained me. I asked her for what? She said approximately. I did.
Oh.
I can ask her.
Oh, okay.
Because we all know you guys work for the people. I'm part of the people.
Okay.
I'm a taxpayer. Okay, well, when you put on the uniform, you work for us. Okay? Unless I break the law.
City Toledo, yes. You're right. Okay.
Right.
I work for Toledo.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
So she unlawfully detained me because I could possibly
No, you're
be
not
criminally.
unlawfully detained.
Well, yes,
No.
I am. Well,
Okay.
what she couldn't articulate a reasonable suspicion of a crime that I committed. Well, you said that I was possibly.
All right, so what are we going to do here today? Because
Well, I want
it's
you
freezing
to.
out.
I want you
so.
to educate these guys.
Okay.
Does that mean what? You have no right to stop me. You don't get to do that ever.
I know it's a bit difficult to hear over that wind noise, but he's still yammering about being detained, and he's still crying about the reasonable, articulable suspicion, whatever the hell that is, RAS. Do you have a reason to stop me? That's what it boils down to.
I don't even know who you are, so I definitely don't work for
Well,
you.
I'm a taxpayer.
Then tell me, what's your name?
You guys can call me Daddy.
I don't think that's really
Hey,
yeah.
well, when you put on the uniform,
I work for the city
you
of
work,
Toledo, not
you
you.
work for the people.
For the city of
Who is
Toledo.
the city of Toledo?
City of Toledo. That's who writes my checks, not you.
The city of Toledo is the people. It's just an
No.
entity.
He's
That
the
is-
we work for.
George Crawl. He's
He's
got
the
a
one
name.
that can
Oh,
hire
okay.
us. He's the one that can write us up.
He has a name, okay?
Maybe I need to come to the Toledo police station and we can all
All right,
get
525
educated.
North Erie.
Oh, I'll be there.
Okay, let's go then. Start walking.
If you want to be done,
Instead of loitering,
grab
since
some stuff
you
and
said
go.
you were
Yeah.
done with us,
We're dismissed, you're dismissed.
and you
Well, if you guys
dismissed
are
us.
standing around, why can't I stand around?
We're going to go to
We're all
our
gonna
cars,
do
but
it.
you need to get scooted.
You need
Well,
to
I am going to just go ahead
Good day.
and keep walking. You guys are dismissed. You have a good day. Go ahead and collect and harass some citizens.
Just keep walking.
Oh, go ahead. Hey, you don't get to talk to me. Just keep on working.
An arrogant little twit, isn't he? He needs a good smackdown. That would have been great to see. 3 women giving him a smackdown. Oh, that would have been lovely indeed.
Go ahead. Go ahead. See ya. Bye-bye. Stay warm. Get educated. Hey, can we get this vehicle moved? It's blocking my path.
Well, there you have it, folks. He has a mighty smart mouth, doesn't he? That was his most successful video because you can see from his landing page, he doesn't get that much action, although he has 8,000 subs. You just don't understand it. 8,000 subs, you should have way more views than what you have up there. At any rate, if you enjoy watching idiots, imbeciles, and morons make complete fools out of themselves, please subscribe to my channel. As always, thanks so much for stopping by. Cheers to that.